Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi al-Tahir. So, with regards to the current affairs, we have seen that in recent days, in some places like Lebanon, we are facing this ceasefire. Though it's not a real ceasefire, even after that ceasefire also we've seen in many of the places the conflict was there and the fightings were happening. And now we are seeing another phenomenon, and surely before as well we have seen many times in history, that when the enemy is not capable enough to confront you directly, they will shift the narrative, they will shift the place to a proxy war. Now we are seeing a very big proxy war, not only between two enemies, but rather all the superpowers of the world right now, and they are concentrated on Syria, Sham, Damascus. And this shifting of narrative and place of war is giving us so many lessons. I can talk about many of the aspects, and you are also having the opinions. So one of the things that this shifting of opinion made us realign and gave us the knowledge of was the knowledge of real and fake titles of Islam and Muslims. We've been listening to many of the people and people who are doing the analysis and scrutinies that we are having a superpower within our Islamic territory, Islamic countries, and that superpower is Turkey. And now we can see this was a fake superpower within the Islamic world, isn't it? Now we can see that face which is telling us what is the reality behind this so-called superpower. In any case, let me reach to another interesting point, and I'll be presenting what exactly the lesson from this conflict is. When we are referring to ahadith of Akhir zaman, the end of the time, we see that in many ahadith, especially ahadith narrated from Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salatu wa salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. See, there are ahadith with the title of Kharabu Sham. There are ahadith with the title of Tamheedul Mubashir. There are ahadith with the title of Ikhtilafu Rumhan. We see that Akhir Zaman, when it is very near to the time of reappearance of Imam Zaman, Imam Mahdi, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. Syria, Damascus, Sham is the center of conflict. And it is there in the hadith that Syria will be destroyed completely, because many of the proxy wars will be happening at that time in Syria. And that is why in different hadiths we are having such concepts, of which this concept of Ikhtilafu Rumhan is there. So Ikhtilafu Rumhan, normally ulama and scholars are explaining it as conflict of two ideologies. I was thinking, I was doing a reflection why ahadith are not mentioning that conflict of Islam and Kufr. It is very easy to understand. Imam would have said that okay, it's the conflict between Islam and Kufr. But the way Imam is explaining this idea tells us that it is not always, if you want to understand what is haq and what is batil, haq is not necessarily wearing the clothes of Islam. And batil is not necessarily always wearing the clothes of kufr. There can be many batil, many falsehood within Islam, and there can be many haqq within the people who are entitled as kuffar. And that is why we see that when Imam comes, many of the Western countries, Western people, Christian people, they will be coming in groups to join Imam. And from within the Muslims, within the even the people who are linking themselves to Imam of the time, the living Imam, they will be running away from Imam. You have brought a new religion, you are doing this and you are doing that, difference of opinion, etc. So why Imam is saying Ikhtilaf Rumhan? conflict of two ideologies, because do not get misguided with the title of Islam wa kufr, though in reality it is Islam and kufr, but in appearance we don't know which Muslim is the kafir in reality and which kafir is Muslim in reality. And that is why right now in Sham we can see that the people who are there fighting with each other, you can see two ideologies are there. Since it's a proxy war, both of them are having the title of Islam. This Jibhat al-Nusra, this Julani, this Jibhat Tahrir al-Sham. These are people who are telling themselves that they are Muslims. They were part of ISIS before, then they joined Al-Qaeda, and then they announced the independence. Now these people are having flag of Turkey, I don't know, flag of different places. So when you are linking the points, you can understand that particular country, Islamic country, which were announcing that we are the superpower of Islam, they were helping the enemies. And now the same army, the same people are there in Sham, fighting with the other ideology which were helping Gaza and Palestine and Lebanon. So two ideologies are having a conflict over there. So this shows to us that it is the time, I don't know, when the zuhur is there, I'm praying that it happens right after the khutbah, maybe within the khutbah. I'm praying it happens tonight, tomorrow. But we don't know when it is. 1 year, after 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, we don't know. But the situation, the way it is, there is one big message. We don't know when it is, the way we don't know when the maut, our death will come. But one thing is clear, that the situation tells us that you have to get prepared. You prepare yourself. If you are not feeling that intensity, you will never have the idea to get prepared. So this is the whole thing. I don't know when it will happen. But for sure I can tell you, we have to get prepared. At least mentally we have to get prepared. Because living Imam needs people, needs our support, our mental support, education support. I'm not saying you do this, you do that. Whatever field you are in. You are a scientist, do good in that field. You are a businessman, be a good businessman. Mentally prepare for helping Imam all the time. You are educationist, be good in that. You are a student, be good in your school. You are a, college student, be good in college and university. You are a Maulana, be good in your khutbahs and majlis. You are a, leader of the community, be good in that space. Be prepared mentally that we are there to help Imam all the time. My brothers and sisters, this has to be our vision, our ultimate goal. No matter what happens as a small thing, okay, the things happen. There might be many challenges in your life. Challenges are there always. But the ultimate vision that you have to reach to, the ultimate goal that you have to reach to, that has to be something, you have to set your goals correctly. Do not set your goal that I want to become a millionaire. Do not set your goal that I want to become I want to finish my university and that is the last thing. I want to get a job in that company, that is the last thing. That can't be last thing. You set your goals and vision that I want to help and serve Imam of the time who's living Hujjah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You set your goals that I want to serve the religion of Allah. I want to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These changes tell us to get prepared for that ultimate goal, ultimate vision, which is the ultimate peace and coexistence and justice, social justice in the whole world across the globe. And that is the ultimate thing that we are looking for. We are following the changes to get more lessons from history, to prepare ourselves, our minds, and our lives in this way, inshallah. May Allah give us tawfiq to get prepared well and be strong in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and strongly walk on the sirati mustaqim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.